Well, hello everyone. This is Jurgita with Stitches and Coffee with Jurgita. And in this video, I'm going to show you all kinds of different things that I bought from around the time of this year's needlework gallery until the end of the year. So some things I ordered right before gallery and it arrived later. And you're gonna see some things that you probably did not expect from a stitcher like me, but I'm gonna prepare for next year. You'll see in my video about next year's plans what kind of weird, well, not weird, but slightly different things that I'm planning to try out, and that involves with the needle. It's not going to be just cross stitch. So I'm going to start off just kind of not in order of when I got or where, but just all kinds of things. So hint, next year I'm gonna try again a tamari bowl. I've done it years back one, and it's been sitting in my living room for all those years. I probably should figure out how to maybe vacuum out the dust in there that settles in. But there was a sale on different stores throughout the holidays and Thanksgiving, and I decided some of the things I'm gonna need for tamari bowl, some for my like a canvas work. And that's what I got, number 8 and number 12. So I kind of starting to collect different colors of threads of those numbers, and the majority of those, just a couple colors are like at the Joann's and Michael's stores. So rest of it I kind of need to look online. And also like a needle size 22 is for I'm gonna need for canvas stitching. You see how big of the holes are for those needles, so I'm gonna need that for canvas. And then those DMC diamond colors shining, I figured out I'm gonna be using them sometime because I'm gonna be changing some threads in some of the works that I'm planning to do. So just gonna work this. I really like this. It reminds me of, I think, 032 of grinding, that kind of gives just like a snowy sheen on that, and like nice silver and the gold colors. And of course it's always good to have some kind of thicker hand quilting thread that I use for FFOing, or like finishing off in the back of if I'm planning something to frame it. This is a thread that I use. So hand quilting is the one that holds the best, I think, for me, at least all those pieces together kind of thing. And there was I think like 30% or something discount on DMC threads, so I'm not gonna show all the colors, but I was collecting some of them, especially if they had like a 2 or 3 skeins for the project for a like a full coverage. So I just got a collection of them, and like you see greenish colors, they're gonna be used next year on my one of the full coverages because it's gonna be Year of Dragon. That's another hint. So let's put this aside and let's see what else I got. At the Facebook Marketplace or Stitch group online, that also on Facebook, I got this pattern from Lavender and Lace. As you know, I've been stitching some Santas, and I wanted to have like one tree done with Santa ornaments that I've been stitching for a while. And this is called Gift of Peace. I don't know what kind of fabric I'm gonna choose yet, but I got it at a normal price, not like super high, and I like the old world look in here. I don't know if I would be able to finish in oval frames like this, but I love the design itself. And I don't know if that's beads or golden threads, but I might add a little bit something into this to make it more wintry and sparkly and shiny. Also, some kind of odds and ends is I went to Joann's, and they had like for $3 some of those Hildy and Joe companies like beaded things. So I figured out I can use these on some of the FFO ink, like a sea theme. I got something like this, or if I'm gonna do some canvas work and it's different styles, I can use some of those, or even like these look like Swarovskis, isn't it? Like very, very shiny glass beads. So I can use the tiny white or that green, even probably in some mirabilias or other canvas work. So got some in the different colors, in the different sizes. Like here it's very nice looking. I don't even know how many bevels and cuts in here, but for the sea kind of things. And like you see a darker one, there's a black one. I think it would look good if I wanted to put on some of the ladies, like a necklace or something. There's like a crystal. So I just went and collected things for that. I figured I could use into something to change it, like a mother of the pearls kind of heart in here, and pinkish colors. Then the red necklace, I think with the black one I could do. So all kinds of beads that I just went and collected in there, and I figured out I'm gonna use for something like owls. And I think these consider like a real pearls, so they're uneven, slightly off colors, but I don't know how good they are or not, but that's what I got. Then I want to try out some of FFOing ornaments. I don't know if that's the thickness I want for the rope to kind of go around or not, but I'm gonna try this. Then I got some fabric. I'm not sure if that would be the fabric, but I'm planning to do some specialty hazel bloom camp pattern, and this I think it's similar to what maybe a little bit lighter than what she was suggesting as a fabric. Just gonna need some kind of extra backing, so I got a piece of that fabric. I've never worked on this, and some like ribbons. That's something for our kids. So this is what I got at Joann's sale at that time. Let's move on. Then I figured out after Halloween there was like a sale on the charms, and I might make them into like a magnets. I have all kinds of magnets for to put on a stitching if I'm stitching something like a Halloweenish, or I can hang it as a little charms for that. And I like that those are saying you're full of magic, and like hands holding it, and the spell box and hats. So something like this. Those enamel pins, I think they would work. Just need to cut off and attach those near diamond magnets. And this is brooch that I've done before, that I cut off the ends here and make it into a magnet. So those were magnets. Then came order from like AliExpress, some pins that I'm gonna change in a magnet, because as you know I love coffee. So I thought that was hilarious. This is Takaburi style stylus that to help lay the stitches. It has like a protection because it's very sharp on the tip. If you wanted to make bigger hole in the canvas piece, that what I would use it, or like thicker ones parts to lay like a ribbon or something nicer. So decided to try out. I can't remember where exactly I bought it. Maybe not on AliExpress, but somewhere there. And of course, it's never enough needles. I usually buy size 26 needles, and they come in a pack of like 100 for I think like 350 or so. Some of the needles I don't use right away, throw out in a special casing, because they could be like thread shredding kind of thread that the head is not nice, or if I break it, then I can throw it out easier way. And I like with the golden heads, somehow they're a little bit smoother than the ones I've tried one time with just a plain silver. So got a collection of these. And then you'll see where I'm planning to use these. I was trying to collect like different type of closing mechanisms for little boxes that I wanted to try and make, and like a mini jewelry boxes with the tiny screws of the different style, and doorknobs or drawer knobs to try in here. So we just got those from AliExpress. And then I bought these scissors, Genoa embroidery scissors. It came with this beautiful box in here that you just slide off, and I chose these colors. There's like they're pressed in, and they're same color in both sides. There were different colors, that one side is one color, another is another, but I chose like this, and there's a slightly different style, and they're pretty sharp in here, although not very pointy, but I don't need that for regular stitching. But I thought that's something cute to have in my small scissor collection. I'm not planning to have a ginormous, but I liked these with some gems in there. So that's what I've got. And then I found some of these jewelry pearls with closing and top, so I could use them on anything I wanted. I thought maybe about some ornaments that would add a little bit more pizzazz, I could say. They have a little like a sparkling diamonds, and they're coming in two different sizes. You could choose the sizes, but I thought these would be good to do that, or maybe some doll or something, I don't know, but I'm gonna try this out. And then I found this silk, supposed to be real silk, mulberry silk in here, red color. There's something similar that is needed for one of the canvas work, so I thought I would try out this 5 meters. Even on AliExpress they were not cheap, but there's 4 millimeters, but I wanted to try it out and see if it's really working like a real silk. I haven't tried out. Then I went in also in a hardware store, and I got those fender washers. There's 2 different sizes, and these gonna be used as a weight for some of those FFOing cubes and dolls that I want to do, and that's good to put on the weight on the bottom, so it would sit nicely in here. So I figured out I'll need both sizes, so I'm gonna see which one I like for which piece and put in there. So that's for those purchases. Then I got some from a friend, leftover threads of different kind of types. So as you can see, JP coats, which over dyed looking threads, and then some interestingly a couple colors are on a holder, so I think I'm gonna use it for something. I mean, some of them so old, I think. Sorry for crinkling. Like even the label, it's here, it says silken art thread, 6 strands mercerized cotton from Massachusetts, Fall River. So I haven't seen such a thing, guaranteed fast color. So I haven't seen such a maker. I would imagine they were manufacturing those kind of threads very long time ago, and they're out of business most likely. But they could be used for small little projects that I don't need exact DMC color. So I need to sort them out and figure out where I want to keep them. Also, I bought this tacky glue by Aleene's. I know there are a lot of FFOing people that love to use this one, and it's adhesive, so it's good for all kinds of ornaments to make. And this one tip is always standing on the bottom, so it's always ready to go. It's not going to be sitting like this. So that's what I'm going to be using. Also, besides different, like I have this fabric fusions with the spray pump. I have a big different slightly bottle of Aleene's with the tacky glues, but that's that. So I'm gonna set this aside and bring you next group of my purchases. Okay, so this is my treasures from 123 Stitch. And like I said, I've been prepping for next year's some starts, and I needed some things to use for that. So the quickly gonna go like 36 count white Edinburgh linen. I'm not gonna need to use a lot, but there's gonna be not just for regular cross stitch but something special. And then half a yard for Belfast linen, 32 count. That's like a typical linen. Casual linen, that's a tiny bit. I wanted to try something, I think, to see if that would work on me. Then again, big limestone Lugana. It's more neutral color in here. I think that's for 2 projects. I'll have to kind of sort it out which goes to where. And then it's a 36 cream ivory Edinburgh in here. So you can see it's very see-through for a small project. And then I wanted to try first Mill Hill tassel ornament. I've seen how it's been put together, so I'm gonna probably follow those lessons to how to put it, but it's all with the beads and I love those colors, so it's kind of me with the greenish, and I like purple too. There's more in that collection, but I wanted to try first one, this one, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll be able to start and finish it next year in 2024 and hang it on my Christmas tree perhaps. So this is rainbow teal tassel, and like I said, for some projects I was picking some like more neutral colors of size 12 and 8 of these threads, and something like a flush. I don't think I've ever worked with a flush thread, and we'll see how that works. It was it's all in the same kind of I think one pattern that I'm gonna need to use all of these. Then this wildflower, once I start some projects that I need to use them for, that's where you're gonna see. And some collection of different threads, like a gentle art threads. There's some beads. This one I need for my current project, the Victorian diamond. Some of them like you see Krynix used, and also for one of the projects I'm was looking at the colors of the different brand, and I kind of decided to try this glisten gloss colors, so kind of was substituting. I love this color, how it looks, so I substituting some of the colors for that. So once I start those projects, you're gonna see all of these and what I substituted for, and if that worked out. So this was my collection from 1 to 3 Stitch. For Christmas I received a gift card from family members for 1 to 3 Stitch, so there's a few more things that I need for next year's projects to start, and that's where I'm gonna be shopping again, and either very end of this year or beginning of next year. So that's 1 to 3 Stitch. Let's continue. From a store called Sign of the Arrow in St. Louis, Missouri area, I got a couple of magazines, and this is Needlepoint Now. I liked this design, and the price really went up. It was 2020, and in 3 years it jumped practically almost like twice the price. But I did not realize that for this, like you see the different designs, for this design I would need like a painted canvas to purchase, so I don't know if I'm gonna try to do it myself or not. There's all kinds of designs, like here Diane Grant, so it's nothing to do with the cross stitching, but all needlepoint, and there's all kinds of different stitches, ribbon involved, and extra things. So we'll see when I'm ready sometime in the future to try this one on. And it's always good to have like try out different beading threads. I've used the one from AliExpress before, but this might be one of the thicker ones. And I was curious to check out this. It's called Frame Lock, and there are like those angles where you put your typical, those cheap ones, like a frames, and you just use those tacks, and you can see there's area in here that you push your tack into the corners, and that supposedly locks and makes a little bit a straighter frame. So I got that one, and 24 count canvas in there that I needed, so I got a big long roll of that. And I think that was it from that store. So, and they have all kinds of threads. You're gonna see in a separate video that what they have. So this is what was from a Sign of an Arrow. I went to a local like a secondhand resale shop, and I found this dimensions petite little piece. I thought that's cute, and it was only $3, so why not? At least for even for the threads, you see how many threads for that tiny little piece of work gonna be used. And those gold petites are not that easy to stitch actually, and originally it was $13, so yeah, it was worth it even for the threads for 5x7 piece. There's gonna be a lot of back stitching involved too, and half stitches, but I thought that's a good deal. And I got this Hardscapes Exemplar Works Virginia Cumberland County Inspiration, with some specialty stitches I guess in here too, but not too many. And I like that the whole scenery that's gonna be a big piece and need a lot of time to work on that. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get Classic Color Works or NPI Silks in here for this piece, but we'll see. I know I have all the DMCs at least. So stitch count 441 by 535, and there's a lot of stitching. It's not full coverage, but as you can see, the pattern is pretty thick. But I thought I'm planning to have like one wall somewhere with the like primitives and samplers done, so that would be one of those pieces. So that's what I got for it. Next to me came all the way from Canada by the Exemplar. 3 patterns I bought from her, just picked the 3 at a time. Some of the things she sells as a kids, but I figured I'm not gonna stitch those patterns right away, all 3 of them especially, so I might as well just get the patterns. And there are at the different levels in here. So let's see. Let's start with just advanced advanced stitchers. So I like how it tells you. Elizabeth Burton, some of them I've seen on Fiber Talk, so that got me. I think they might have tried maybe Jane Turner. One of those, I think they're starting to stitch, and there's a lot of the different stitches. It tells you what kind of stitch is going to be used in here, and that you can actually see original. It's going to be skinny but very long piece, like you can see the size on the 40 count linen on what it's going to be. So I just got the pattern, and she puts like a sticker so you know it's nobody else opens, and there's this descriptions how to do some things. So I'm gonna be learning some of the stitches because I've never done some of them, so it's gonna be my learning piece. Then for advanced to very advanced stitchers, there is Elizabeth Ward from around 1650s. The Burton was 1701, so this is very old, and the top portion is kind of like with the colors, and again it tells you what kind of stitches, and it's going to be using metallic threads too. And the bottom portion is going to be like a white work. It's kind of hard to see on this picture, but there's yeah, that's gonna be some work to do, and that's why it's called for advanced and very advanced stitchers to work on this piece. And then to step up, we have a Jane Turner from 1668, and that's recommended for very advanced stitchers. So it's gonna be a challenge for me, but I'm not too scared. If I make mistake, I'm gonna be making mistakes, of course, somewhere. So I might as well start learning and not going for super easy ways. This looks like just a satin straight stitch kind of outfit, but it does not look like it's supposed to be for very advanced, but I'm sure there's, when you look up close, there's going to be all kinds of things being stitched in here, and you can see a range of stitches, and I know some of them, there's a whole separate like a book to stitch. So I got those 3 patterns from Exemplar. It took a tiny bit to arrive, but I was not in a hurry. I just didn't want that to be lost somewhere in the post. And yeah, so very happy that that arrived. So this was from Exemplar. And if we want to travel even further, this came all the way from Australia. I actually ordered this kit on Amazon, and as a Prime member, I thought, why is not arriving? And it's more than a few days past, and it's still in the transit, and turns out they came from all the way from Australia. And once I heard of this name, there's their company's symbol is that. It's Raj Mahal company that makes them, and I thought that might be like Indian company, but they're located in Australia. So you see the whole kit using shisha glass embroidery, which is like a, looks like a mirror piece, and it's in here. And when I saw this name, it brought back memory from my mother-in-law's house. She had a stand that said Raj Mahal threads, and that was like a thread holder, tall metal stand, and I've never heard of that company, so I thought, me, where did she get it? There was no threads that she had, but she had a stand. And once I saw somewhere on YouTube foreigner was stitching by this company, so it brought back memory of that I've seen it somewhere. So I started looking in, and this is the pattern, the kit that I chose. It's Scissor Chatelaine. And Betsy B Designs is, I guess, the creator. And you see that there's going to be a little things to be used, and different threads used in here. I'm gonna, oops, I'm not gonna pop open, but the different kind of gold work in here with the thickness and stuff. So once I start working on that, as you can see, there's also different types of fabrics in here. Once I start working on that, of course, we'll learn together how to use those threads, because it's not, I think their threads are not pure silk, but it's mixed with something. So I'm going to be learning, and hopefully you two together with me about this company, and maybe I'll inspire you to try something of theirs too. So that came all the way from Australia. And the last things, I've been purchasing books. So I think I've mentioned to you that I've subscribed to Inspirations magazine, and I got a book, some from them, also as a kit, and some from specialty stores in US. So there's the inspiration book, and I'm planning to work on something in here, but you could get some of those designs as a kits from them, like Jacobean. I want to try out, so I'm going to be trying out all kinds of different styles for next year. Hopefully it all will go well. Like there was Inspiration, just a magazine for Christmas. On Amazon and different places I bought some stump work embroidery book, like teaching you how to do some things step by step. I can't remember exactly when I bought what, but different techniques I want to try out. There is a black work embroidery by Jen Goodwin. She has several books on the black work, and I mean, look how amazing this looks, right? So I'm not ready yet to stitch those things, but I mean, look at the line, right? But I'd like to start reading at least how to make them, so it shows you also step by step how those shading works, like you see. So some good reading thing. Then Royal School of Needlework. I want to try out the crewel work. So first, some of those books gonna be just my reading, studying before I try to use those techniques. And let's see what else I have. Then I have Frisian white work. I'm ready to try out this too. And like a pattern is this separate giant piece of paper with two sides, and you can see it came in a separate like a envelope in the back, and there's all kinds of different stitches. So I want to try something like this. So here she is, and you can order straight from that website. Then Inspirations has 2 books of Willing Hands. So this is the first one. And like you've seen before that I showed you to make some little boxes. So I want to try out something from here first. There's several books with that, and yep, so we'll see how that works. I've done hardanger before, but I want to see if there's different types of steps that I can learn. Like this is for beginners to advanced, also by Yvette Stanton, the same one that has Frisian white work. Yeah, and another box thing by Royal School of Needlework, and I think this one has only like a three different boxes. Like you see this closure with some stump work and gold work involved in here, and like with the food. So something to study techniques and things like that. So that would be some of those books that I got in those months. All right, let's see another one from far away. And if you don't follow Kay-Ann Rogers' website, then you probably don't know how amazing her designs are and how hard it is to get them. So I was able to buy some patterns. She sells patterns and kits, and sometimes you don't know what's going to be on the sale because it's like a couple days sale, and you have to jump and make in time to order something. So there was some secret windows that you had to click on that day only to see what she sells there, because she most of the time does all of that by herself, so it takes time away from designing, and that's no cross stitch involved. It's all like a canvas work, and I was able to purchase from her several of just the patterns. So I'm gonna be slowly kitting up for them, because you've probably seen how much I have to work, how many whips and plans I have. But one of the patterns is this snowflake girl, and it's all in like blue colors and styles, and her work is just amazing. So even if you don't stitch it, just to look at it and have it is great. And she has the patterns printed, like I put in a bag, I mean, just for her. Look how it is, like thick but big size drawn explanations how to do some of those stitches. Another pattern I got, it's called Geometrics. So she had included like several different colors if you wanted to do, and this is original color. So it took me a bit to figure out which colors I want, and I think this is upside down, because I wanted to stitch in all color palettes in here, and that was very hard to choose from. And I might even stitch in several different colors, but I think I might be going with the blue colors. So again, I need to start collecting for that. So that would be again as instructions in here. It was some class thing. And then a third one I got, it's by many people's request. She put this out for sale that anybody could get, and it's drawn thread sampler. So this is doodle sampler, and the full drawn thread that I wanted to try out is gonna be looking like this. So you can see how much work is gonna be put in that, with all the precision that needs to be done, and the instructions are big. So it came in this priority mail with kind of ripped up, even the sides were ripped up, so I'm glad it was not like a kit. But look how many pages. A lot of the instructions were for a doodle, but after the doodle you go in the regular sampler. But yes, that's instructions with the drawn step by step where you need to do on what row and how to do it in here. So that's gonna take me very long time to learn and stitch. And I started collecting slowly some things like some of the threads I couldn't find yet, but like this Bravos thread that I've never used before, and it's 100% cotton, and it says that it could be used for needle point. And super suede, also another thread in here. So like this is going to be practical all white with the different types of threads, thicknesses, etc. So those were three, and she also had a couple designs that were sold like in a 3 minutes time. She was selling that as kits, and she offered to if somebody make it in time to like to be put on a wish like a waiting list, she might put more kits after New Year. So I think I made it to that waiting list, so we'll see if I actually be able to get that after New Year or not. So but that would be like full kit, and she might have to substitute some threads, she said, because it's hard to find original colors or thread types, but I know she's very good at all of that, so that would be no problem. But here are three designs, and I think that should will take me a very long time to learn and do, and I'm sure I'm gonna be making quite a few mistakes, but hopefully not too many. Even she does mistakes, she rips it all out and restart again when she's designing it. So I'm gonna be trying not to be upset if I do something bad, and that's all learning process, right? So that came from Gay and Rogers. And I don't remember if I showed you when I was ordering book and a magazine from Inspirations, I got one of these designs to try out as a kit. And this is crewel embroidery. You see this lotus flower, and this is how it came in a box, very nicely packed actually. And let me see which way I need to open it for you. So I want to show you how this is Japanese gold work, which I've never done, and bead embroidery. So it comes like that, little booklet. It's a printed pattern, so you can kind of see more up close what it's supposed to look like, and there's pictures how to do it all, and the kit, you don't need to see that, and the kit was like that. So all kinds of threads that I've never used, and Japanese, and there's a Swarovski in here involved, threads that you need to use. All of this very nicely packed and came as a kit. So I don't know when I'm gonna start this. I might work on something else first before I try to work on that. So it's gonna be slow progress for me, and I'm gonna be learning this one too. And last but not least, kit that I ordered from Etsy, and it came again in box. I got two kits in one, so it helped me save a little bit on the shipping. And it's totally non-thread related. It's a stitchy, nothing to do with stitching, but something different. So you can see like a pouring little thing right in the nice little box. You see little containers. I wonder if you're trying to guess it. There's like a glue in here, multiple purpose adhesive, smaller containers. There's a spray. That's a company that I bought it from. Spray bottle. And let's see, are you guessing it yet or not? Have you seen this before? So this is like a colored sand, all kinds of different colors. You see one box in here, and like I said, I got two kits, so it all came in one. And this one has fixing glue and laminating glue. It has little wire pile. It has a stand. It has little palette knife, scissors with the tip covered up in here. And the main background, so that's what I'm gonna be working on. They had quite a few of them and different sizes. It's gonna be like this. So it's a hard case, and there's instructions how to do. So so these are two. There's one with like a, you see the dragon and phoenix, and one with the flowers. So this technique is going to be you put a little glue and you use the wires and you cut when you need to, and you're going to fill up the spaces with that colored sand. So it's gonna be looking like a little artwork in here, and it's already in the frames, so you can just right away display in there. So lots of different colors, and you just gently pour it in and attach the sand in there. And I've never tried this technique before, something totally different, non-stitchy related, but I thought you might be interested in seeing how it works, and perhaps you'll be tempted to try something like this too. But like I said, they're from I got it from Etsy, but I'm sure you could find it from like Amazon or some websites. Cloison, I think it's called, like a style. Oops, forgot this little thingy. So I'm gonna be trying that technique to play around with too sometime in the future, so you'll see it all here on my channel. So I think that's all I wanted to show you, and I'm curious which of those all of the different things got you most intrigued, and what do you think I'm gonna try out from all of them. I gave you some hints, but some not, but also which one you would like to see me working on. So leave that in the comment below. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you would give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'm going to be waiting for those comments to figure out what majority of you are interested in seeing it. So until the next time, this was Jurgita saying bye-bye.